Title: Katey and Jed Duggar admit to having kids at a crazy pace after meeting just 5 years ago. Katey and Jedidiah Jed Duggar, part of the extended Duggar family, known for their large brood and reality TV fame, are once again in the spotlight, this time for the rapid pace at which they've grown their own family. The couple, who met just 5 years ago, have candidly admitted that their journey into parenthood has progressed at what they call a crazy speed, with multiple children now part of their young family and more possibly on the way. Fans and critics alike are watching closely as they navigate life, faith, and parenthood. The Duggar family became widely known through their TLC series 19 Kids and Counting, and later Counting On, which chronicled the lives of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar's 19 children. Many of those children, now adults, have continued in their parents' footsteps with similarly large families and public lives. Jed, the 10th child of the Duggar clan, and his wife Katey have joined that pattern, but with a pace that even some in their own circle are calling unusually fast. Jed and Katey married in April 2021, and they didn't wait long to start a family. Within a year, they had welcomed their first child. Shortly after, news of a second pregnancy emerged, followed by confirmation of more children in rapid succession. The couple has acknowledged the breakneck rhythm, saying that while it might seem overwhelming to outsiders, their choices are guided by a blend of faith, mutual desire for a large family, and a sense of divine purpose. In recent public statements and social media updates, the couple have addressed the pace of their family's expansion with surprising openness. Jed stated that having multiple kids quickly wasn't entirely the original plan, but that once they began growing their family, everything felt natural and right to them. Katey echoed the sentiment, saying they trust in God's timing and are trying to be open to whatever direction life takes them. According to the couple, they didn't set out with a numeric goal for children. However, they shared that they always felt called to parenthood and were open to however many children they might be blessed with. The crazy pace, as they call it, wasn't deliberate so much as organic. They've emphasized that each child has brought unique blessings and lessons, even amid the sleepless nights and non-stop activity. From a practical standpoint, the couple has had to make major adjustments to accommodate their growing household. They recently upgraded their home to fit their expanding needs and have spoken about establishing routines that help maintain stability. From budgeting and meal planning to managing nap schedules and household chores, the Duggars say they've developed a dynamic system that allows their young family to function smoothly. The couple also said that their shared values and strong communication have been crucial in managing the intense pace of early parenthood. They credit their relatively smooth transition into parenting multiple children to their commitment to teamwork and mutual support. Jed, who works in real estate and politics, and Katey, who manages much of the day-to-day at home, often share insights on how they balance responsibilities. Family support, both from the larger Duggar clan and Katey's side of the family, has also played a critical role. The Duggars are known for their tight-knit structure, and Jed has often emphasized how important it is to have experienced family members to lean on. Katey has also acknowledged the benefit of advice and assistance from others who have walked similar paths. Even with all the support, the couple doesn't shy away from discussing the challenges of parenting several children at once. Katey has spoken about moments of exhaustion, the pressure to meet each child's individual needs, and the occasional chaos that comes with young children in the house. Yet she insists that the joys outweigh the difficulties. The love they feel from their children, and for each other, they say, makes the sacrifices worth it. Their openness about both the blessings and the hardships of fast-paced parenting has earned them a mix of praise and criticism. Supporters commend them for their transparency and the love they show for their family, while detractors raise concerns about the sustainability of such a pace, especially for young parents still adjusting to marriage and adulthood. Despite criticism, Jed and Katey maintain that their decisions stem from their faith and a desire to live purposefully. They follow a Christian worldview that values children as blessings from God and encourages openness to life. In line with this perspective, the couple has not ruled out continuing to grow their family in the future. In a recent social media Q&A, the couple was asked directly whether they plan to slow down anytime soon. Jed laughed and responded that while they're taking things one step at a time, they wouldn't be surprised if more children came sooner rather than later. Katey added that they're trying to stay present and grateful in each season, rather than getting too focused on numbers or future expectations. The pace of their family's growth also reflects a broader pattern seen among many of the Duggar siblings, several of whom have had multiple children within a few years of marriage. This continuity has led to speculation that the siblings are following family tradition, possibly feeling pressure to replicate their parents' model. However, Jed and Katey reject the idea that they're trying to mimic anyone else. They insist their choices are personal and rooted in their own convictions, not family expectations. Interestingly, their approach to parenting appears to be slightly more modern than that of earlier generations. While they embrace traditional values in many ways, the couple also seems open to parenting methods and philosophies that prioritize emotional development and individuality. Katey has shared snippets about child-led learning, playful discipline strategies, and her focus on nurturing emotional intelligence in their children. The couple also uses social media to document their parenting journey, not as influencers per se, but as a way to share milestones, connect with others, and reflect on family life. They often post birthday messages, parenting lessons, and candid moments that highlight both the beauty and chaos of raising multiple young children. These posts, while not without criticism, have fostered a growing following and community among young Christian families. As the Duggar family continues to evolve in the public eye, Jed and Katey stand out as a couple finding their own rhythm while still connected to the broader legacy of their famous name. They navigate expectations, faith, and individuality with a measured tone, rarely engaging in online drama and often keeping their messaging focused on positivity, gratitude, and personal growth. Despite, or perhaps because of the fast pace, the couple sees their family as a testimony to God's faithfulness and the strength of their bond. They frequently express thankfulness for the opportunity to be parents and seem determined to pour into their children with intention and care, even amid the demands of daily life. Looking ahead, it's unclear how many more children Jed and Katey plan to have, or how their parenting journey will continue to unfold. What is clear is their belief in purpose-driven parenting and their shared commitment to being present and responsive to whatever life may bring. They remain confident that, whether the pace continues at the same speed or slows down, they are where they are meant to be. In summary, Katey and Jed Duggar's family growth in just 5 years is indeed remarkable by most standards, even within their own family context. Their honesty about the challenges and joys of such rapid expansion offers a window into the realities of modern young parenthood, especially within a faith-based framework. Whether admired, questioned, or criticized, their story represents a deeply personal path shaped by faith, love, and a shared vision for their growing household. Critics accuse Amy Duggar of using family for fame after she announces her new memoir. Amy Duggar, cousin to the famous Duggar family of 19 kids and counting fame, has recently stirred both praise and criticism following the announcement of her upcoming memoir. While the memoir is being promoted as a bold and unfiltered glimpse into her life, not everyone is supportive. In fact, some critics are accusing Amy of using her ties to the Duggar name and the controversies surrounding them to fuel her own fame and boost her book's success. The allegations have ignited fresh debate about fame, family loyalty, and personal storytelling. Amy has long positioned herself as a Duggar family outlier, someone who never quite fit the strict mold of her extended family's ultra-conservative lifestyle. Her social media presence, past interviews, and now her memoir make it clear that she has chosen to live by a very different code. In promotional posts for her book, she teases revelations, lessons, and personal growth that she believes will resonate with readers who have faced pressure to conform or stay silent. Yet with each teaser and bold claim, the pushback grows louder. Critics argue that Amy's efforts are less about personal healing and more about opportunism. To them, the memoir is the latest in a pattern of leveraging her proximity to the Duggar name, a name both infamous and celebrated, depending on one's view of the family's values and scandals. The Duggars rose to prominence through their reality TV presence, which showcased their daily life centered around faith, modesty, and large family dynamics. But in recent years, the family has been rocked by scandal, most notably the criminal convictions of Josh Duggar and the growing number of Duggar children choosing to distance themselves from their strict upbringing. In that context, Amy's new book comes at a time when public curiosity about the Duggars remains high, especially among viewers who have watched family members begin to tell their own stories. Amy's critics claim that her memoir is intentionally timed and titled to feed that curiosity. They argue that rather than focusing on her own experiences, she will likely capitalize on the dysfunction and controversy surrounding her relatives to gain media attention. According to them, Amy is exploiting the very family she once claimed she wanted to protect from negative publicity. Some Duggar supporters have taken to social media to voice their disappointment. Comments such as "she's biting the hand that fed her" or "Amy is just looking for attention" are common among those who see the book announcement as a betrayal. These critics believe that while Amy may have had genuine struggles, airing them publicly, especially if they involve private family matters, crosses a line of decency and respect. However, Amy's supporters argue that her voice matters just as much as anyone else's. They see her memoir not as an attack, but as a form of empowerment, a woman stepping out of the shadows to claim her story in full. They point out that Amy never signed up for the Duggar family show in the same way her cousins did, yet her life has often been scrutinized alongside theirs. For her, telling her story is a way of reclaiming narrative agency and processing experiences shaped by her proximity to a powerful and often controlling family system. In defending her book, Amy has shared on social media that her goal is not to defame or embarrass anyone, but to speak her truth. She says she wants to help others who might feel alone, ashamed, or trapped by the expectations of their families or communities. From her perspective, the memoir is not about fame, but about faith, resilience, and personal growth. Still, the tension remains. Some readers question whether a book that draws on Duggar family history can be both unfiltered and respectful. Will Amy reveal new details about the family's internal struggles, or will she focus solely on her own emotional journey? The book's content remains under wraps for now, but speculation is rampant, particularly since Amy has hinted at being silenced in the past and alluded to having knowledge she once kept private out of fear. The situation raises broader questions about the ethics of memoir writing, especially when family members are involved. When one person's truth includes another person's secrets, how much is too much? Is it wrong to publish personal experiences if they might harm or embarrass relatives? Or is silence the real betrayal when difficult histories go unspoken? Amy isn't the first Duggar family member to write a book. Jinger Duggar recently released a memoir discussing how she disentangled her faith from fear, which was largely well received. However, Jinger's tone was perceived by many as more measured and focused on personal theology rather than family dysfunction. Amy's book, by contrast, is being marketed with words like bold, disruptor, and no more silence, language that suggests a more confrontational tone. The controversy also reflects the challenges faced by reality TV adjacent figures. Amy was not a main cast member on 19 Kids and Counting or Counting On, but she appeared often enough to be recognized and associated with the Duggar brand. Yet, unlike some of her cousins, she wasn't bound by strict contractual obligations or image restrictions. This dual identity, part Duggar, yet not fully immersed in their lifestyle, gives Amy a unique vantage point, but also places her in a delicate position when it comes to public commentary. In many ways, Amy has always walked a fine line, embracing the platform her last name provides while pushing back against the ideology it represents. Her Instagram posts often include messages of empowerment, mental health awareness, and the importance of setting boundaries, values that diverge from the family's historical teachings. To her critics, this is hypocrisy. To her supporters, it's evolution. As anticipation builds for the memoir's release, public interest remains high. Will Amy finally shed light on long-held secrets? Will she clarify her relationship with the rest of the family? And how will her book be received by a fanbase that has followed the Duggars for over a decade? What's clear is that Amy's story, whether one views it as courageous or calculated, is about to add a new chapter to the larger Duggar narrative. Whether or not her motivations are pure is a matter of perspective, a debate unlikely to be resolved anytime soon. Fame, family, and freedom are often deeply entangled, and for Amy Duggar, those themes appear to be at the heart of her next public step. In the end, Amy's memoir may reflect not just the story of a woman seeking her voice, but the cultural fascination with those who break away from fundamentalist systems and speak out. As audiences await the release, the real test will be in how she tells her story and whether it resonates with readers beyond the world of Duggar drama. Hurrah!